Hey everyone, I hope you're keeping well and healthy amidst the pandemic and lockdowns. Well, today I have a beautiful lace pattern to share with you, and it is called broomstick lace. For the supplies, I'll be using a 5 mm crochet hook and this metal rod. Yes, this blunt metal rod. Let me explain. Most people would use a huge knitting needle to make this lace, but what it really requires is a long slender item of a certain diameter. A larger item would give a lacier effect, so traditionally a broomstick was used and hence the name. Once I used a newly bought wiper for the same purpose, so no worries if you don't have a huge knitting needle, I'll show you how to do that in my video. And depending on the type of yarn you use, the lace will have different effect. I'm using a worsted weight yarn here, so I'm gonna begin by making a slip knot and I will chain 1, 2, 3, 4. You will chain in the multiples of 4. You can easily make a scarf or shawl with this pattern. Just remember to make a long chain in the multiples of 4. So continue chaining. I just made 20 chains for this tutorial. Once you've made the required number of chains, we will begin the first row like this. Hold the stick or rod on your left hand and with the working yarn on your right, pull out a big loop and transfer it to the rod. Pull and make the loop sit just right with the thickness or diameter of your tool, so you don't have to worry too much about how loose or tight you need to pull. Now, insert the hook into the second chain. Insert. The grip on your left hand could be a little struggle in this first row. Pull up a loop and transfer it to the tool. You can use the help of your hand for this. So you transfer and do the same process in the third chain. Insert. Insert your hook, pull up a loop and transfer it to the tool. Row 1 is the hardest part because there is little or no place to hold as the chain is a tiny line and the tool falling often and loops coming off. It's okay if that happens to you as you're beginning, we've all experienced it. But trust me, it's not as hard as it seems. From the following rows, the grip on your left hand will be much easier as rows begin to build up. I'm just having a little inconvenience trying not to shake the camera here. Anyway, just find out how it works best for you. Never know until you try it, right? Alright, so continue to do the same in every chain until you have 20 loops on your tool. Now I'm almost at the end of the row. I'll do the last 2 stitches with you. Oh, in case you're wondering where I got this tool from, it's the stand from one of my old fabric cupboard that I used to own. And the bigger one that I showed earlier is a handle or rod that's used for hanging curtains. What do we actually call those? Well, I'm just trying to make the best use of resources available while being in lockdown. Yeah. Alright, let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so this is where row 2 begins. Row 2. Now, slide off 4 loops. Insert the hook through all 4. Pick up the working yarn. Using the left thumb and middle finger, adjust the tension. Yarn over, pull through all 4. Chain 1 to secure. And then place 4 single crochet on the top middle point of the cluster. 1, 2. Now I'll just bring down this tail. Keep placing the single crochet while your left hand continues to hold the tool and the two fingers hold the other half of the loop. Slide off 4 loops. Pick up all 4. Here you don't have to chain one, so directly single crochet on top. Single crochet 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's do together one more time. So we'll slide off 4 loops, pull through all 4, single crochet on top, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're putting 4 single crochet for taking 4 loops together so that the number of stitches will remain the same. Stitch count is very important to keep the project in beautiful proportion. If in case you miss out one stitch and have 3 loops at the end, it can still be hidden since the loops are in cluster. But if you miss too many stitches, it will be too obvious that you made a mistake. So another example is that if you are taking a multiple of 5 loops, then you will have to put 5 single crochet on top of the 5 loops. So we will keep doing this for the remaining stitches, however long the project may be. Okay, so it will look like this once the row completes, and we'll continue row 3 from here. It's exactly like row 1. Pull a loop from the last single crochet and slip it onto the tool. Here you could accidentally add a loop. Be very careful. It looks like we need to go through this stitch, but that's actually the last single crochet and we have pulled the first loop from there. So we will go to the second stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop and transfer it to the tool. So we will be doing this, picking up a loop. Like I said earlier, the grip on the left hand is much better since we have enough place for the two fingers to hold onto the working base. So continue to pick up a loop from every single crochet stitch that we have worked in the previous row. Now I hope you can relate the importance of keeping a correct stitch count. This is my last loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I still have 20 loops. Now row 4. This is just a repetition of row 2. Slide off 4 loops, insert the hook, make a grip with your fingers, pick up the working yarn, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain 1 to secure, and single crochet on top 4 times. 2, 3 and 4. I'll do one more cluster with you. Slide off 4, put 4 single crochet on top, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'll just fast forward it a little. Guys, do check out the other videos on my channel, and if it relates to you, please consider subscribing. It is a big support to my channel and it means a lot to me. Okay, so I have completed and the lace has formed beautifully. You don't need to block with this yarn, but if you feel the need to block, please go ahead. This is simply beautiful. A shawl in this pattern is really elegant. And after all, the pattern is not as complicated as you thought, right? A small tip for you on how to end. When you have done the last single crochet row, chain 1, turn, this is the only time when we turn, and put 1 single crochet into every stitch just to smoothen out, and you can fasten off and hide the tails. This is the right side. You turn your work, and this is the wrong side. The wrong side has a ridge or a bump. That's how you can differentiate between the right and the wrong side. So that's all for the broomstick lace. I hope you understood well. If not, please feel free to ask me in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching till the end.